Good evening, classmate. Good evening, Sir Erickson. My topic po for today is all about the history of the Philippine educational system. Let, let us also see how the nature and character of Philippine society are reflected in education processed in different periods of Philippine history. As you study the summary of the Philippine educational system, just remember this sociological concept, which is the focus of this chapter, that education is a function of society, and such what are taught in school arise from the nature and character of society itself. What society considers important is what school teach. So, dito na po natin makikita o masasalamin ang kalikasan at katangian ng ating lipunan sa proseso ng edukasyon sa iba't ibang panahon ng kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. Sa kabanatang ito ay isang tungkulin ng lipunan. Ang itinuturo sa paaralan ay magmumula sa kalikasan at katangian ng lipunan mismo, at itinuturing ng lipunan na mahalaga ang pagtuturo ng paaralan. So, educational during the pre-colonial period. Education was informal and unstructured, decentralized. Fathers taught their sons how to look for food and other means of livelihood. Mothers taught their girls to do the household chores. This education basically prepared the children to become husbands and wives. Children were provided more vocational training but lesser academics. Teachers were tribal tutors or baybayin or katalunan. So dito po sa educational during the pre-colonial, ito po ay edukasyong immoral at hindi nakaayos. Dito tinuturuan ng mga ama ang kanilang mga anak na lalaki, paano nila maghanap ng pagkain at ibang pang paraan ng kabuhayan. Samantalang tinuturuan naman ng mga ina ang mga anak ng babae na gumawa ng mga gawaing bahay. Ang mga bata dito ay binibigyan ng mas maraming vocational na pagsasanay, ngunit mas mababang akademiko. Dito rin ang mga guro ay tagapagturo ng tribo o yung baybayin o katalunan. Yun pong baybayin o katalunan ay isang pari o pari sa mga katutubong relihiyon. Education during the Spanish era. Education was formal and organized. It was authoritarian in nature. Tribal tutors of the pre-Spanish period replaced by Spanish missionaries. Pupils attended formal schooling in the parochial school. Instruction was religion-oriented. Christian doctrines, sacred songs, and music and prayers were taught because they were required for confession and communion. There was a separate school for boys and girls. Wealthy Filipinos or ilustrados were accommodated in the schools. Okay, sabi po ay dito po sa panahon ng Kastila, ang lalaki, hiwalay ang paaralan ng lalaki at babae. Ito ay formal at organisado. Ito ay authoritarian in nature, tribal tutors ng free Spanish period na pinalit ng mga misyonaryong Espanyol. The Educational Decree of 1863. This law gave Filipinos a complete system of education from elementary to the college level. The law provided for the establishment of the elementary schools in municipalities in the country. Although religion was the core of curriculum, the curriculum included subjects are reading, writing, arithmetics, history, Christian doctrine, Spanish language, vocal music, agriculture for the boys and needlework for the girls, and attendance in school was compulsory between the ages of 7 and 12. So ito naman po ay batas na nagbibigay ng kumpletong sistema ng mga Pilipino, edukasyon mula elementary hanggang college level. Batas din ito para sa establishment ng mga elementary schools sa lahat ng municipality para sa bansa, kahit ang core ng curriculum ang napapaloob dito ay reading, writing, arithmetic, history, Christian, doctrines, Spanish language, vocal music, at ang pagpasok sa paaralan ay compulsory sa pagitan ng edad na 7 at 12. Education during the American regime 1898 to 1946. The American promoted democratic ideals and the democratic of life. The schools maintained by the Spaniards for more than 3 centuries were closed but were reopened on August 29, 1898 by the Secretary of the Interior. A system of free compulsory elementary education was established by the Malolos Constitution. In May 1898, the first American school was established in Corregidor, and shortly after the capture of Manila in 1899, 7 schools were opened in the city. So sabi po dito ay ang mga Amerikanong nag-promote ng democratic ideals at ang democratic of life, ang mga paaralan na pinatilian ng mga Kastila sa mahigit na 3 siglo ay sarado, ngunit pinuksan muli noong August 29, 1898 by the Secretary of Interior. Noong May 1898, ang unang naitatag sa Corregidor ay ang unang American School. At noong 1899 ay 7 paaralan naman ang binuksan sa lungsod. Training was done through the schools, both public and secular, maintained by chaplains and military officers of the U.S. Army. Thomasites arrived in the Philippines on August 23, 1901. The University of the Philippines was founded in 1908. UP was the first state school of university status. The Department of Public Instruction set up a 3-level school system. The first level considered a 4-year primary and 3-year intermediate or 7-year elementary curriculum. The second level was a 4-year junior college and later a 4-year program. The next is the Commonwealth period 1935 to 1942. Free education in public school was provided all over the country in accordance with the 1935 Constitution. Vocational education and some household activities like sewing, cooking, and farming were also given importance. Education also emphasized nationalism, so the students were taught about the life of the Filipino heroes. Vocational education and some household activities were also given importance. So yun naman pong panahon ng Commonwealth ay libre na ang edukasyon sa mga pampublikong paaralan. Dito ay binibigyan din ang kahalagahan ng mga gawain tulad ng pagtatahi at pagluluto at pagsasaka. Itinuturo din dito sa mga mag-aaral ang tungkol sa buhay ng mga bayaning Pilipino. Executive Order Number 134 was signed by President Manuel L. Quezon, designating Tagalog as our national language. Executive Order Number 217, otherwise known as the Quezon Code of Ethics, was taught in schools. Executive Order Number 263 in 1940 required the teaching of the Filipino national language in the senior year of all high schools and in all year in the normal schools. The Education of Act 1940 was approved by the Philippine Assembly on August 7, 1940, which provided for the following: reduction of the 7-year elementary course to 6 years, fixing the school entrance age at 7, national support for elementary education, compulsory attendance of primary children enrolled in grade 1, double single sessions in the primary grade with 1 teacher, 1 class assignment of intermediate teachers. Okay, so this is the story of the Philippine educational system during the pre-colonial, during the Spanish, educational decree, educational during the American and the Commonwealth. So, sila po ay may kanya-kanyang paraan kung paano nila bigyan ng halaga, kung paano nila gamitin ang edukasyon. So, tayo naman po, sa panahon ngayon, as of, as of, as of now, I describe the educational system of the Philippines for formal and non-formal system. So, ito po ay binubuo ng 14 to 16 years. 6 years of primary school education, 4 years of secondary school education, 4 years of higher education with bachelor degree, and plus K-12 for 2 years. So, all in all is 16 years. Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig. Sana po ay may natutunan po kayo.